team, we're set for football. And we are underway from FedEx Field.
Taken at the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Right away, here's Garoppolo to throw it.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Second and 10 now from the 27. Garoppolo. He rifles one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Trayvon Merritt. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football.
Offensively, a far from ideal start there with a pick on the opening drive.
Yeah, not exactly what they were looking for. We know that. That's pretty obvious. The beauty, though, is it's happening early. If they don't panic, they don't compound this problem, they've got a long way to go and a chance to get back in it.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game. But the key to good rushing defense is still having linebackers set the edge.
Throwing his car on 3rd down.
He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. Room here to run.
And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. A first red zone opportunity of the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders.
Josh Jacobs with career touchdown number 70. And the Raiders are on the board here first in the season opener.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
first carry of the game for Brian Robinson.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? Second and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion.
Back to Robinson now on first down. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line.
That good for 19 on a first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. On 2nd and 7, Garoppolo nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt.
So not only do they get the fumble recovery on the punt, but now look at this field position. He almost took it the distance.
And the ability to not just make the play, but turn it into something big. That's what coaches harp on all the time. How do we create big plays that'll change the game? And that may have been one that just did.
He pushes forward from maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo.
Looking and finding Thomas in the end zone. Touchdown, Washington.
It's a 6-yard touchdown pass.
And the Commanders are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone.
And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Perfect start to the season on their first drive last time out, able to find the end zone. Now we'll see if they can make it 2 for 2 here in week 1.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Once again, it's Jacobs.
And boy, this burgundy and gold defense charged up now. They stop behind the line again.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there. And it also brings up 3rd down.
We talked about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. You have that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eye.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
These two teams all tied after 1.
2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it? 2nd down and a run by Robinson.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
Looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. Robinson will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Tackling's obviously critical down near the goal line. That was great work there to make the hit behind the line and make sure he doesn't get any further. Did a really nice job wrapping up and not letting him loose.
Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. Garoppolo now on 3rd and goal. And this is going to be intercepted.
It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And the Raiders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe you give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running.
And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Commanders are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game? Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
They'll run this one right with Robinson.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Here we go. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
They'll try the left side with Gibson.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
21. Here we go.
Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you're throwing this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Carr going to throw. And it's complete to Adams. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Jacobs will score. Touchdown, Raiders. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And it's caught inside the 5. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
And he'll get this forward only for about a yard, as that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
Here we go, here we go. Well, fellas, here we go.
On 2nd and 9, Garoppolo. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
Now, the offense, they had really not been able to mount anything yet on that drive, and the defense made sure they couldn't mount anything. The interception and the return adding 6 to the scoreboard.
And that's no small return for a linebacker, partner. He took matters into his own hands and his legs on that pick. And once he had it, I don't think anyone on the field could have stopped him.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? They'll set up a throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Garoppolo now, first down throw. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 55 yards.
And the Commanders get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And this is back to an 8-point game. So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away.
From the 6.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
And the Commanders are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. 3 first-half interceptions now, and Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half.
And my goodness, another interception.
Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air.
And he finds Waller in the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Raiders are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
9 seconds to play. Likely the final snap of the first half as it's 1st and 10. Now they're just going to run it here up the middle. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2.
Here we go, here we go, here we
They'll
go.
operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Garoppolo, a final shot here before half. And now here is another interception. Anthony Averett picks it. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
This one fielded at the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
7 yards there and a first down. A handoff, Jacobs running to the left. And some room to roam now. And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down inside the 20. 86 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. This will be caught just inside the 10. Touchdown, Raiders.
Robbie Anderson. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing, and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener. Robinson on a give right side. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. That one caught by the tight end Bates. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. He's going to float this one deep right side. And my goodness, another interception. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. And, Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick six.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
They'll run with Gibson. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On first down, right back to Gibson. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. On second down, a run with Gibson. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Garoppolo going to try and throw on third. And he finds McLaurin. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 32-yard line. On the draw, it's Gibson. Taken down at the 30.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their route.
And now here's another interception. And the Raiders are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. But to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game. But that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day. They're trying their best to...
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Carr. That's caught by Waller out left side. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. First down Raiders, Carr to Waller. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. And this time they're able to bottle him up as they'll stop him at the line of scrimmage. Play action. Now it's Carr. Got a man. It's Darren Waller. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 20-yard line. Into the red zone. It's Carr. That is caught by Anderson. Touchdown. 3rd touchdown pass now for Derek Carr. And the Raiders are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Here we go.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Robinson with another carry. And he'll be stopped up at the 26 after a gain of only a couple.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
On 3rd down, here's Gibson. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of first down.
Wait.
Now Garoppolo, gotta have this one. And my goodness, another interception. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. To throw is Carr. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. picked off by Benjamin St. Just. And the Commanders are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
Well, they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right? The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other. But it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over.
65.
Robinson up the middle.
And he's got room.
88 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Defensively, with this lead in the fourth quarter, I guess you can allow a run of that magnitude.
You're right about that, but really the focus has got to be don't fall in love with the idea that you're getting big runs now. You're right. They're actually being allowed. They've got to think really hard about getting some chunk plays through the air, too.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Straight ahead, Gibson.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Shotgun handoff to Gibson.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Buying time to his left. And now here is another interception.
Isaiah Simmons picking it off.
And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football.
Well, they've got the huge lead now. They have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Second down, Jacobs once more.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Carr going to look to throw.
And he'll air this one deep for Anderson. And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down.
93. White.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, CD, I mean, simply put, if anyone around the league wasn't paying attention to them to start the season, they will be heading into Week 2. This has been an impressive Week 1 performance.
They've certainly announced that they are ready to go, haven't they? They wanted to send a message out to the rest of the league. You better put your eyes on us. We may be someone you have to reckon with.
Taken at about the 1. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
Here we go.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers.
And my goodness, another interception. Anthony Averett picks it, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Carter hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap 1.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
This taken in at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
Here we go.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message? Now Garoppolo lost the football, and the Raiders pick it up. And they're set up in a golden position here right around the 10-yard line. And I don't know that fumble's going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth, it doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's...
And this will be caught, and the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line.
So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're...
Spent your whole life